What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update, including all the very latest on Erling Haaland. But before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you want to stay up to date, first and fast with the latest Manchester City transfer news on YouTube, red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description below, and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 300 likes once more is the like goal, and also don't forget, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say with regards to these transfers. Let's crack on with this video. We've got some contract news first, and it comes in the form of an update on Ilkay Gundogan. Now, the Daily Star, they have said that Manchester City, they are set to offer Ilkay Gundogan a contract extension. It's believed that it will be an additional 12 months on top of his current contract. His current contract expires in June of 2023, which isn't that far away, and so it's believed that City are willing to offer him an extra 12 months, which would see his deal then, if he does sign, expire in June of 2024, which would be fully justified, as Ilkay Gundogan is a very good first team player for Manchester City. And I just think to myself, why do we need to change for the sake of change? We've got good, solid players, international players, Premier League proven players now. Why let them go if they can still do a top quality job at the highest level? Then why upset the apple cart? Keep them here, roll them on 12-month contracts, like we're doing with Ilkay Gundogan. I'd be doing the same with Riyad Mahrez. We've been doing that with Fernandinho. They might be getting older. I'd add Kyle Walker to that pile as well. They might be getting older, but as they're getting older, they're like fine wine. They're just getting better, more mature, more experienced, keeping a level head there. And so whilst they're still offering high-quality performances to Manchester City, I wouldn't even think about letting these players go. And like I said, if we do, it's just you're making change there for the sake of change. If there's players that genuinely want to leave, then let them leave, get the money in for them, or if they're running the contracts down, then let the contracts expire and then replace them players. But if there's players that genuinely want to be here, that are happy to be here, that are putting in solid performances for us, like Ilkay Gundogan is, why let them go? Anyway, moving on to the end, we've got all the latest now on Erling Haaland. Now, the Times, they've chipped in, they've said that Manchester City, they have met with Erling Haaland's representatives. This meeting took place on February 3rd, 2022 in Monaco. It's believed that Chiqui and Omar Barada were present for Manchester City in this meeting, and what was discussed was the transfer of Erling Haaland. Now, the Times are saying that Manchester City are prepared to spend up to £100 million to sign Erling Haaland. I know the Sun have run a similar article, and I know a few people have been getting very confused as to why he's got a £63 million release clause and Manchester City is spending £100 million. What's meant on this is including the transfer fee on top of the agent fee, the representative fees, the bonuses as well. I'd be very surprised if the contracts are included in that, because I can see Erling Haaland being on a lot of money, with probably looking at what, a 4-5 year contract, I reckon, for this. So we'll have to see what happens with regards to that. But Manchester City, very interested in this, are apparently also happy to agree that after 4 or 5 seasons, if Erling Haaland's stance is still that he wants to go to Spain, he wants to join a Barcelona or a Real Madrid, it's believed that Manchester City, they are happy to make that happen. Now, my personal opinion on that, not too keen on that last bit, if I'm completely honest, because ideally you want to be keeping players at the club for as long as possible, and Erling Haaland has all the attributes to be an incredible Premier League striker for Manchester City. And because of that, you're wanting a long-term service out of Erling Haaland, and just to say that, oh, we're going to get him for 4 or 5 years and let him go, not really what you're looking for from a transfer. However, if in them 4 or 5 seasons Erling Haaland goes on to score an abundance of goals for Manchester City, and Manchester City go on to win 3 or 4 Premier League titles, 2 or 3 FA Cups, a League Cup here and there, and most importantly, a Champions League or two. If Erling Haaland helps Manchester City towards them, and Erling Haaland is a high-profile signing, he's a player that will help Manchester City to get to that next level as long as he can keep his injuries relatively low. If that can happen, then Erling Haaland will help Manchester City for the next 4 or 5 seasons to become one of, if not the best team in the world. And whilst we've got these players, we need to enjoy it because they're not always going to be here, and I think Man City's stance is clearly on that. We'd rather have Erling Haaland for 4 or 5 seasons and be very successful than to not have Erling Haaland at all and have other teams playing big time catch up on us and City then start to fall down the pecking order. It does seemingly suggest that this is a completely different approach to a transfer strategy from Manchester City, but it's positive news. It's positive news because this is showing that Manchester City are capable of competing with Europe's elite when it comes to transfers. We are capable of signing some of the best, most promising upcoming players from Europe as well. And that is, in my opinion, in terms of transfers, a big step in the right direction because this is Manchester City saying, actually, no, we don't want to keep moving on to contingency B or C. We can go out there and sign Plan A, which is something that Manchester City have struggled with, and it's a policy that we wanted to keep our wage structure under tight control, but we're at a breaking point here with a striker. Strikers are goal scorers. These are players that put the ball into the back of the net, and after all, with how attacking City are, the most important thing that we need is a player that will put them chances away, and Erling Haaland is that player. You don't want contingency B or contingency C and thinking, oh, well, they've done all right for us, but we could have had Haaland who'd have doubled their goal tally. You don't want to be thinking like that. And so I'm happy if that is the case, that although not ideal, if Haaland does want to use City, so to speak, as a stepping stone, and I hate that terminology, then I'm happy for that to be the case if he is going to be successful. And also, 4 or 5 seasons gives you a good indication as to whether they have been successful for Manchester City or not. There might be a case in 2 or 3 seasons' time where it doesn't work out and City could look to try and sell with profit, because after all, £63 million for a top quality striker like Erling Haaland is a very good deal, and if we can get him on our wage structure, then to me that is a big thumbs up. Now, Manchester Evening News, they've added on from yesterday's update from the Daily Mail from Jack Gorhan. They've said that Manchester City having an agreement in place to sign Erling Haaland, that is speculation. Manchester City have not denied that meetings have taken place, which is all but confirming that meetings have taken place between the players' representatives and Manchester City. We are in active discussions about the transfer and being kept up to date about Erling Haaland. Manchester City are denying, though, saying that they've reached an agreement to sign Erling Haaland. They're putting that along speculation. Now, this is one of those where it is speculation. You've got to speculate because you aren't going to get official confirmation. The only time you'll ever get official confirmation is when Erling Haaland's holding that shirt up at Manchester City. Until then, Man City's stance will always be to make either a no comment or saying that isn't true, because quite frankly, it's unprofessional to speak about another club's player when he isn't your player, and City haven't got an agreement in place because that hasn't been announced as of right now. Now, there could be a verbal agreement, there could be what's been described as having an agreement in place between all the parties, where all the parties are happy, they just need it signing. For that to happen, though, Erling Haaland needs to tell Borussia Dortmund that he's leaving. We haven't had that yet, so this transfer cannot accelerate until that does happen. That has not happened as of yet. It could well be everything put in place that when that announcement happens and Haaland says, I'm leaving Dortmund, he might say, and I've got an agreement with Manchester City, and then the transfer saga completely ends there, and that might be what City are angling towards to work quickly here. What I will say is something is happening here. Definitely, 100%, something is happening in the background. You will not get official confirmation on what is happening until that transfer is official, because like I said, it makes the club look bad, makes the player look bad, it makes the representatives look bad. It's just a very messy, very unprofessional transfer if it goes along them lines. So this is Man City just moving away from that and just trying to just keep things to one side, to keep things private, to let things accelerate. It remains to be seen as to whether Jack Gorham man was spot on the money or not, time will tell on that as to whether he was, but definitely Manchester City are working on this transfer. They're working quickly, and the belief from other clubs is that City are leading the race to try and sign Erling Haaland, and this is what Man City are pushing towards. And so from a City point of view, the sooner this gets sorted, the more promising it is for Manchester City. This transfer is ever developing, it's going at a rapid pace, so I will keep you guys up to date with this transfer every single step of the way. So if you haven't already, do make sure you have subscribed, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. 25k subscribers is the aim. We're now less than 600 subscribers away from 23,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business enquiries. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 300 likes once more is the like goal. We've been smashing them like goals recently, so please keep it up. That's fantastic. Thank you everyone for that. It lets me know that you are enjoying the videos, and also don't forget, most importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. The Erling Haaland developments, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Ilkay Gundogan, a 12-month extension, what's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC, thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.